Welcome to Baja Window to the South. We have another phenomenal show for you today. Oh my God, I am your host, Olga Sanchez de la Vega.
And I'm your co-host, Scott Koenig. Thanks so much for joining us today.
This is going to be an exciting time, and we're going to get started with the do's and don'ts about Baja. So please stay tuned and learn a little bit about what to do and
what not to do.
Please, welcome. Certainly, Baja California is known for its gastronomy and wines. And did you know that there is a cheese route? 12 kilometers from Ojos Negros Valley is the valley of Rio del Castillo. Bonetti, a native of Switzerland, started in 1911, the first industry dedicated to cheese making, and was the model to follow for the companies that will be installed later. On this tour, you will get to know the Cava de Marcelo by the Ramonetti family. Enjoy cheeses with basil, pepper, or rosemary, and cheeses aged for months or years, as well as bread and house wine, Ramonetti 1911.
And it's one of the only cheese caves in all of the Americas that's open to the public.
Wow.
One crucial thing that you shouldn't do in Baja California is forget to purchase your Mexican car insurance. Mexico doesn't recognize U.S. insurance policies, and if you're in an accident, you'll avoid a lot of hassle and even potential jail time and confiscation of your car if you don't get your insurance before you leave. A lot of agents sell insurance either for 1 day up to a year's policy. It's really easy to get your insurance online. Olga and I are both insured by Baja Bound, who's one of our sponsors of the pilot shows, and it's really easy. It literally takes minutes just to fill it out. You can also buy it at the border, but usually the cost of these policies is several times more expensive than if you buy it online. In general, a Mexican auto insurance policy is not that much different from an American one. Don't forget it before you leave.
Good tip.
So our next guest is Marco Amador. I met Marco some years ago when he was a sommelier at El Cheto in the Valle de Guadalupe.
Yep.
Right now, he owns La Botella Wine Bar at the Park, and they've got all kinds of different wines from the Valle de Guadalupe and also elsewhere in Mexico that you can taste. He has been working in the world of wine for over 25 years.
Yeah.
He's experienced firsthand the demand for Baja California wine as that demand grew, and also the booming popularity of the Ruta del Vino. He's one of the most recognized wine personalities in Baja California. If you want to know anything about Baja California wine, this is the guy right here.
Finally, right?
Finally.
Yes.
Yeah.
Finally. Oh my God, well, we missed you. We missed you, and we're also very thankful that you're here. And then you brought so many of your beauties.
Some wines of Baja, there are, it's a little bit exposure of the wines of Baja. There are many varieties. There are over 100 types of grapes in Baja. And every day, new wines, new versions, new items. It's kind of difficult to taste all the wines that are in the market.
Right? And 100 varietals
Yep.
of grapes?
I didn't realize it was that many, Olga, did you?
Uh-uh.
Yeah.
I think I've had maybe half of those, but the other
Yeah,
half.
I probably
around
had all of them.
25 or 30 of those are very popular. The rest are not too popular, but we have in Mexico very good wines. There are, in Baja, there are around 200 wineries. 85% of the production of wine is made in Baja, the rest in other states of Baja, of Mexico. The production has been grown very fast, and the quality also. Those wines have been award wines all over the world in international events, so that means that we have quality.
All right.
Yes, and you mentioned the varietals.
Yeah.
One thing that I remember is that we can mix any varietals to make any kind of wine the winemaker feels like making. Can you please tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, in the world, the main producers of wines, Italy, France, Spain, there are very stretched the types of blends that they can make because there are some certifications and some regulations. In Mexico, there are no regulations. That means that you can do almost whatever you want. and you can find jewels that you cannot find all over the world. For example, I don't got the bottle, but this winery, Corona del Valle, they made a blend of Tempranillo and Nebbiolo.
What?
Ooh.
A Spanish grape with an Italian grape.
Yes.
It was a crazy combination, but it's amazing.
Oh my God.
Great. Tell us about some of the wines you've brought today.
Well,
Marco, and I think we're going to taste one too. We're going to have a really
Sure.
nice segment today because we're going to wake up and have breakfast.
I think this. We're gonna open this Corona del Valle. It's a blend of the reds. You told me that you never been tasting.
I have not.
If you want it,
Yes.
yeah.
Sure.
We're gonna open this
Thank
bottle.
you. Who is going to say no to wine from Baja? I mean, you can always ask, but it's usually going to be a yes. Oh my God. The one of the things that I also found in Valle is that you mentioned it, the winemakers. You mentioned people from around the world are coming, but then also winemakers from around the world are coming. So then they have the opportunity to have access to all these grapes, and then they also have the opportunity to just create what pleases their, all of their senses. Because in reality, wine is one of those that can connect with all of your senses. Look at this.
Beautiful. Some people like the sound of a beer can opening. My favorite sound is wine being poured into a glass, especially wine from the Valle de Guadalupe.
And another nice thing about the wine world, it's
Yes, sir.
all the time comes together with the great food.
Oh yes, I know all about that great
Valle
food.
Guadalupe and Baja has a lot of great food, and great wines with great food has fun.
Yes, really they complement each other.
Yeah. First thing, when you serve a wine,
Yes.
you should serve less than half a bottle, a glass, so you can have the opportunity to express the wine inside of the glass. You move a little bit the wine inside of the glass, and then you will see the body, the legs on the glass. This has a nice color, a little bit aged, and
Kind of a nice ruby red.
yeah.
And it does
coloration there.
have the legs coming down
Yeah.
beautifully.
And then put your nose inside of the glass.
Don't be shy, everyone. Put
smell-
your nose deep into this glass.
Yeah, and smell the barrel, the fruits, the.
And
red
it's a
fruit.
different, every time is like I can smell different fruits, different aromas, different everything. Like it's, wow.
Yeah.
And then I also always get a little bit of a nose of like minerality
Yeah,
when
it
it
has
comes
a
to the
lot of
Baja
minerality.
California
Yeah.
wines because of the terroir.
Yeah, but in the mouth you're not gonna feel salty.
And now this is the part where we drink. Salud.
Cheers.
Cheers, Marco.
Cheers, Marco.
It's a full body wine,
Oh yeah.
has a great acidity, has a. In the palate you can feel the wine soft and silky, and long at the end.
I can feel it.
Very soft tannins.
I would say
Yeah.
yes to this one. What is something that you would recommend when doing a wine tasting or when enjoying your glass of wine?
I really recommend start with white wines.
Yes.
First with something with no oak, then move a little bit up with whites with oak. We can start with champagne or end with champagne. And in the middle, first a light, medium body red, and then the full body red wines. That's the way from soft to strong. Also in the color, from light to dark.
You know, and I didn't think about that. Like to do because a lot of people don't know that there's white with oak and white without oak. Can you?
For example, most Sauvignon Blancs doesn't have oak,
Yes.
and most Chardonnays have oak. Both are whites, but there are very different wines.
A lot of people always ask me how many wineries, if I go to the Valle de Guadalupe for a day, how many wineries should I visit? And they want to go to like 20 places. And I say, you know what?
I think for a good trip, for a day trip, 3 to 4 wineries in a day, it's perfect spot. You will have fun, enjoy, and stay the time to enjoy the place and the wine tasting. And when you try to visit 5, 6, they're hairy.
It's a rush.
And you'd enjoy, and then you get hungry, and then you feel mad.
It's not leisurely, and it's also Mexico.
Or contact the experts, right? And then we can give you a good, we can give you a good balance of where to go.
Yeah, but
and
3 to 4, there's the best decision to visit Valle de Guadalupe, and then have time to enjoy a real good meal.
Yes.
And that's
then
true.
also your wine, as you wait and as it airs out, it also changes its aromas and its flavors in a lot of them. So
right now you can feel in this glass, the wine has been changed from the time that you are served to right now.
Which is alive.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is alive, and it is, and as time progresses, you know that I don't remember the name of the winemaker who was telling me that this is something that it is a living thing that as we go, we are enjoying it, and it's coming into our.
It's a living thing. That's why we have to take care with the wine as a living person. Take care with the wine in a good. Keep it in a good temperature, keep it without touching too much the sun, and take care like a baby.
Yes.
A bottle is like a baby. You have to take care like a baby.
Yes. So you take care of the bottle as a baby, and then when you pour it, it's also, depending on the different types of wine, is sometimes you have to air them out before you can put them on your glass, and then sometimes you can just put them directly to your glass and then you can just drink it, which is the beauty of the lessons that people get when they come to Valle de Guadalupe or to your place in Park.
Yeah, yeah.
And speaking of which, you were just telling us before the show, Marco, that in addition to getting Baja wines at La Botella at the Park Tijuana, you guys are now doing sangria.
Yeah, we have a sangrias bar. We have 20 different sangrias. The new one from the season is rose petal sangria.
Rose petals. Now, you're going to make one of those, I think, for us, the rose petal sangria. There you go, Olga.
Oh my God.
That's a gentleman right there, ladies and gentlemen. So what are you spraying there, Marco?
I'm spraying infuse of roses.
Oh!
I infuse the glass with roses.
That smells amazing.
Then
it almost has like a bubble gum smell to
so
it.
I can observe
Interestingly.
you. Oh, I see. Look at you.
And this is what is this, Marco?
liqueur of roses.
Okay.
Then.
And I see. So then every single one of the ingredients that you have has to do with roses.
Yeah. Yeah.
And lime?
You're like a mad scientist here, Marco, just concocting something amazing.
We're probably going to be able to give you the recipe for this amazingness. If not, then we have to visit you at Park.
No, we can do that.
and enjoy more of all the different sangrias. This is exciting.
Yes, it is. I'm thrilled.
I think I'm in love with these rose already.
And here comes the wine.
White wine.
That's important in sangria.
It's very important.
And sangria is of Spanish origin, right? Right,
yeah.
Marco?
Yeah, it's in Spanish origin, and sangria starts in the summer season.
Ah.
But then it.
Whoops!
Sorry.
Oopa.
It's not champagne.
Man, it's not a party until something gets spilled. So we've got some Schweppes soda water here.
Yeah, soda water.
Give it a little bit of fizz. Fizz, fizz, fizz.
Lime.
Lime. Something. Ooh, look at this.
Some special things that. Oh, I see.
Oh, it just
looks
keeps
beautiful.
getting better with each pour from those squeeze bottles, Marco.
And As you used to have a show. Are you still doing that show as well? Because I remember you guys were all over the place showcasing. What are you doing with that as well?
Baja Expeditions.
I think so. Yes.
Yeah, that's what we do over there. We have to try to do our best.
Look at this. And was that a little strawberry?
And I need one of your petals.
Oh, and Olga, you thought he was just bringing you a gift. It's actually something we're using for the rose petal sangria. Fantastic. Look at the color.
This.
Marco, it amazes me the color matches the rose.
Yeah. That's
Very nice.
That's our job to do the.
Cheers, everybody.
The match and taste it. How it tastes?
Well, first of all, it smells delicious.
It smells delicious, yeah.
This
All
is
right.
delicious.
Marco,
thank you so much, Marco.
Thank you for inviting me.
So how do people order this? And can you remind us again how to get to your
Roses
place?
sangria. It's easy.
And it's at the Park Tijuana at New
the
City,
park.
right? Which is like just a few minutes from the border.
Yeah, a few minutes from the border. And next week, we're going to open in Revolution and Fifth Avenue.
Oh, really?
New spot of La Botella. Thank you for seeing me.
I am so excited. Thank you so much. Thank you for this. Thank you for the wine. Thank you for educating everybody that comes around the world of the deliciousness that we have here in Baja. And thank you so much for joining us at Baja Window to the South.
Thank you for inviting me.
All right.
Love you.
Always a pleasure, man. We love you. So what's coming up next, Olga?
Oh, we're coming up next. I think we do have tacos with muchachos. We do have tacos with muchachos. I need to practice my eches. The way that we do it in Mexicali, I think it's muchachos. I'm going to practice that one. But see you soon with tacos with muchachos. Let's go there, guys.
Hey, welcome to Tacos with Muchachos. And we're here today with my muchacho, Tony T, the one and only. Tony is a man about town, a taco connoisseur, and he's showing us some of his favorite tacos in Tijuana today. How you doing, Tony?
Doing great. Scott, how are you doing?
No, I'm all right, man.
I've been eating a lot of tacos today, but I couldn't come to TJ and not bring you to my favorite neighborhood tacos because I lived around the corner for 12 years. These are tacos de cabeza, and they do a very famous, and I don't know if anybody else does it, a taco dorado de adobada, so a hard shell adobada pork taco. So
Nice, that's delicious.
enough of the intro, let's get eating,
Let's do, all right. Taco Love, Tony T.
Well, this is our fourth or fifth stop on our taco tour today, and I gotta tell you that I'm not reached my limit because I'm gonna push my limit, but
Oh,
Tacos El
goodness.
Menú since 1968. What you think, Scott?
Man, you know what? This is one of those undiscovered gems. I've never been here before, but I will be back. The cabeza was fantastic. That little dorado taco of the Al Pastor.
It's a place for true Tijuana old school locals.
I'm
'Cause
down.
this is a city that grew a lot in the recent years, in a place on the west and since 1960s. This is a classic. This is a Tijuana classic.
I can see why. I can see why.
Only for connoisseurs.
Only for connoisseurs.
Let's go to the next one.
Let's do it.
Vámonos.
And that was a great comeback from Tacos with Muchachos. ¿Qué tal? I think I'm hungry now.
You know what, Olga? My job is so difficult, but man, we had some really good tacos that day. I want to go back.
I'm going next time.
You are. So our next guest is Eliot Hernández. He's also known as Don Del Mar. He's originally from Tijuana, and he surfs some of the gnarliest waves in the world. He's been doing it for 13 years. In addition to surfing, he's got a degree in educational sciences, and he has some very impressive certifications as well. Open sea aquatic rescue, rescue training, canine rescue. As a volunteer on the beaches of Tijuana, he conducts canine search and rescue and works as a lifeguard as well. He opened a surfing school in 2012 to share his love of surfing with everyone who comes to the school, and he even works with at-risk kids. So we're very happy to have you on the show today. Eliot, aloha.
Aloha, thanks for inviting me over here. So,
yes,
we started.
All right. So you've been surfing for 13 years, Eliot. Tell us, how old were you when you started?
Well, I started when I just have 8, but I stopped it because I need to study. You know, in Mexico, they like to pressure on the study first. And after that, I came back at 15, but I have a little time off because I'm gonna be go at that time. And after that, I came back at 19, the 19th, and then I just stay over there.
Okay.
What do you love the most, and what invited you to become a surfer, or what invited you to just get connected to the ocean?
Well, mostly it's the spiritual part, you know, like when you find that peace, you want to stay in that section, you know, like over there in the ocean is like no problems, no time, and even when you just touch the water, you feel great.
Yeah, like what are some of the experiences that you have had when people come over to Baja? Like what do you take them?
Well, fun. The first thing over here, we teach over here in Playas.
Yes.
And after that, we make a little surf trip down to Rosarito. And we feel like have a little more experience. We go down to Ensenada, and that started like over there, no? The first stop is kilometer first, Tijuana. All these beach from Playas, they have different sections. You can start like a beginner, a little higher, or like tubes. And after that, there's another places they call KM42. They call Raul's.
Yeah.
And it's a good spot for all levels for surfers.
That's good to know.
Yeah, it's like a longest wave, maybe like Encinitas, but it's much better. You know, longest lefts and longest rides. So there's another section too. They call Sal Si Puedes.
Yes.
I know
And
Sal Si
it's
Puedes.
another spot like you should take a lot of pictures for a good trip. After that, they call 3Ms in Ensenada.
Which is worldly known. Every time I go to 3Ms, I always see people from all over the world.
Yeah. They are closest, like San Miguel and 3Ms. So that is the best place for the world. They come in, and it's like available for international communities. There's a Bahia from protection, and they have the perfect way of the world too.
What does 3M stand for, you guys? I'm not a surfer, so I'm out of the loop on this one.
Well, this is a 3Ms. It's in front to a factory from fishes, and this is called 3Ms because they have like an M, you know, like.
Oh, okay. The shape of the surf.
Yeah.
Got it. Now, you opened a surf school on Playas de Tijuana, Eliot, and you were telling me that it's the only surf school on the beaches of Tijuana. What inspired you to start that?
Well, that inspired me because first, there are less person over here in Mexico and mostly in Tijuana. They don't know how to surf. You know, like they see it surfers over there, and they just see it over there. Like, oh, I want to do that one day. I want to do that day. And I heard, you know, like that person. They like, hey. And one day I just came in with my board to the water, and there's a little kid like, hey, can you teach me?
Yeah.
And this like his father coming is like, how much you charge me? Like, oh, no, I can teach you right now here
That is
and
so
free.
cool.
And it's like he coming from the city from Mexico, and I started like that, you know, like giving free the lessons, and after that, like, okay, we need like do it else, you know. The connection from the surfer, they teach you need to travel around the world. Why? Because you need to search the perfect way. And after that, for me, when you start over there in Tijuana, my knowledge just started changing, and I start, okay, I see the crowd waves that are breaking so faster, so I need to move it for another part. And then I start to go into Ensenada. Well, it's perfect over here. And then if I do a little more longer, more south, and then I start to do it a little surf trip down to Cabo, and then Cabo, I pass the ferry to Nayarit, and then to Nayarit to Guerrero, and then to Guerrero, Oaxaca, and after that I come back. Like,
Wow.
no money more, but I just come back. And after that,
The Mexican surf trail. I love it. I love it.
yeah,
That's awesome.
sometimes you need to risk, like if you don't have a lot of money, you work over there and just start like.
Yes. And you were just recently training a young surfer,
Yeah.
8 years old, but you didn't just start it we're gonna start on the beginners. You took this child all the way to Oaxaca.
To Oaxaca.
Wow.
So yeah, his father, they tell me like, hey Eliot, you can teach my daughter over here in Oaxaca, and it's like, yeah, I can do it. He buy me the flight, and I just start over there working in Carrizalillo. It's a super spot. I recommend it for all the surfers. They are like intermediate, beginner. Go for that spot. It's amazing. Mexico, they have a best place for the world to practice the surfer.
That's great. I was in Puerto Escondido with my family for vacation last year, and I saw those waves. I don't surf, but if I did, I think even as a surfer, I would be a little intimidated.
Yeah. When you're over there in Puerto, sometimes you need to be respectful for the locals and to the ocean too. Puerto, they have the best parts from there, the big waves. Or if you want to have mellow time, you can go for Chacagua, or you can go for like Tierra Blanca.
Yes.
They have a different spots over there. Even if you go more to the north, you can find like Sayulita.
Yes.
And Bonfil in Guerrero Negro, in the Guerrero, Estado de Guerrero.
Yes.
If you go back a little more to the north too, you can find Colima and Sinaloa,
Yes.
Mazatlan, in different all the spots.
And every single one of them brings you a different ambience and a different everything. So that is what I really love about the whole entire coast of Surfline. But you were also telling me that you have created a route just here in Baja, that it could be like an 8-day route and you just go to all the surf spots.
Yeah, like past 8 hours from Ensenada, they start to virgin places. Like no touch, nobody over there, and you can find like the spiritual thing because it's quiet spaces. And after that, you can find like oasis in the middle of the desert. So when you are in the road from Baja Cataviña, they have many places over there. And past to Guerrero Negro, you can find like Laguna Manuela. And after that, outside the Pacific, they have another spot from the wave. You can see like Sahara spot, but you can find this perfect ride. It's coming, and you're like,
So tell us, Eliot, if somebody from San Diego or Los Angeles want to come down and learn to surf with you, how do they find you online?
Yeah, you can find me from Instagram or Facebook. You can find us Surf School Tijuana. They have the same logo, we have it. And you can put over there like a message, hey Eliot, can we make a surf trip over there, like 2 days, 3 days, down to Baja to know it? Yeah, for sure, and we can make something, you know?
So there you have it. If you want to go surfing with Eliot Hernández, just find his social media. The name is Eliot Hernández, AKA Don Del Mar. Eliot, thanks so much for being on the show today, man. It's been a pleasure.
And guess what? You and I and a couple of my friends and my super awesome surfer, we're all gonna come. We're gonna contact you, and we would really love to enjoy all those different spots all around Baja.
Yeah, for sure.
That's awesome.
You're gonna love it, Baja. It's unforgivable.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
I'm excited. We're excited. So thank you so much for the surfing community for joining us, and thank you, Eliot, again. This is Baja Window to the South. We are very excited for you to follow us on all of our social media and continue to watch our show. Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Muchas gracias.